Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Aries Only, where I channel messages for Aries Only. Today we're doing a reading to see what healing messages you need right now, if you're going through a rough time or just for wherever you're at right now, whatever you need to hear from Spirit, your spirit guides, whoever. So I'm going to grab oracle cards first, then we're gonna go deeper with tarot, and then I'm going to get some advice for you at the end. So if you want to fast forward, now would be the time, because I'm going to shuffle out all the oracles before I get going here. So what healing messages does Aries need right now, Spirit? What healing? That's two. I just want one, please. Oh. What healing messages does Aries need most right now? Thank you. Okay. And what healing messages does Aries need most right now? Okay. And what healing messages does Aries need most right now? Get this. Okay. Too many. What healing message does Aries need most right now? Okay. Okay. What energy is Aries in right now? What's our current energy? Poet. Okay. Okay, guys, so what do we have here? I'm gonna read a few things from the book, these two cards specifically, which kind of look alike to me. We have the unseen, ethereal touch. There's this sense of you being able to have an impact in the world and maybe not being able to see that. I feel like what you're not seeing is something about yourself, is the vibe that I'm getting. But let's read quick. I love this deck. It's The Journey of Love by Alana Fairchild. I just feel like the messages are so beautiful. So let's just dive into this. Number 27, Ethereal Touch. Spirit is present in your very touch at this time, and you are having an impact on the world around you, particularly your close relationships, in ways that are far more profound than may be immediately obvious. Yeah, I was getting a sense of that. The touch of your soul is ethereal, spiritual, of light and sound. It moves the heart and opens pathways of possibility through love, faith, and trust that would otherwise be impossible to access. Trust in the presence of the divine in your touch, physical and spiritual. Your healing presence is making waves of love rise and stir in this world, and the divine lives and breathes through you, beloved. Remember that though the sacred temple of your body gifts you with hands through which to hold and give, it is the soul within the flesh that renders touch a sacred healing. This oracle guides you to accept and embrace your healing abilities and to trust that you can feel your way through life by opening your hands to receive and taking hold of the opportunities that are presented to you. You are meant to touch the world with your spirit. Wow. So that's kind of cool. Like, this whole message is like really like, I guess, lining up in a way, because we have this ethereal touch. This is talking about opportunities. This is saying yes, just say yes. Step out of your comfort zone. And then we have this poet energy, which is the energy that you're in now. Um, Poet expresses soul insights in symbolic language. So maybe that's something, that's your healing touch that you give to the world through your voice. If you're like a musician, if you write, and it doesn't have to be something creative necessarily that you do. It could just be the way that you interact with the people around you. And I feel like there is something about using your voice, because I had this card to represent the energy that you're in now with poet, and then we have advocate. So I feel like, for example, if this poet energy could just speak to your poetic soul and your I don't know, maybe even just like the things that you think about and your opinions on things, maybe the things you talk about with your close friends or family members, or just even like journal about. Like with poet, I get writing, so things like that. And with this advocate energy, it's inspiring you to put this into action and maybe somehow step out of your comfort zone and put this on a grander scale. And I'm not really sure exactly what it could be, but this whole message was like, you're meant to touch the world with your spirit. So I feel like you could be afraid of maybe being seen. You could be somebody that is like a little bit more humble, a little bit more, even if you do have gifts, you wouldn't see it that way. That's maybe what you're not seeing, is how talented you are, or how good at something that you are. Oh my god, this is number 27 too. I just realized that. So maybe like February 7th is like an important date, just because that's coming up. But also I think there's a moon by then, a new moon. Hold on, I'm just gonna take a sip of my drink. That's kind of crazy. The only two numbers we have out are 27, 27, and 27. So let's look at this unseen. I just want to see if there's anything else. Okay, the unseen, the spirit, the ancestor, the eternal. The unseen is just as it sounds. We cannot see it, yet it sees us, watching and waiting with wisdom, both kind and instructive. We feel this presence, sense it, intuit it, and then doubt its existence. Though it rallies our attention time and time again, the energy of the unseen may come in many forms. A compelling dream, a sudden insight, a clear voice, a vision, or a message from a loved one who has passed to the other side. It is natural to fear these communications, as they challenge our perception of what is real. When this card appears, your guides are near. The eternal is present. The doorway between worlds is ajar. Listen. The sounds may seem as though they come from a distant land, but they call from your innermost chambers. When light, clairvoyant guidance, whispers of wisdom. When dark, dark looming energy, unwillingness to forgive. Yeah, being graced by the unseen is a gift. Treat it kindly. Allow yourself to be seen. Oh my god, yeah. I felt like you were like afraid to be seen by like maybe by your peers or by the public, or to be looked at in a certain way. That's so crazy. And it's like, I feel like this is like your guides coming through to be like, this is like deeper than that. Like, this is bigger than that. Like, this is about you needing to do this because it's like a soul call, like deep inside of you. Guidance comes in many forms. Don't expect it to be glittery or comfortable. The spirit world speaks the truth. Sometimes it soothes and sometimes it burns. And I don't know, I'm kind of getting that feeling from like the poet going to the advocate, being the energy that you're in now and the energy spirit's wanting you to step into. The advocate has more of like a harsher connotation to it, where it's like a poet is like, in my, this is the way I picture, I'm not saying everybody has to, like a dreamy, like, ooh, like writing poems. I mean, it doesn't even have to be like dreamy in a happy way. It could be sad, kind of like writing sad poetry and stuff like that. But like advocate, is making me think of like sticking up for people, like speaking on things that you see that aren't right in the world, setting boundaries. Even it could be doing things that aren't comfortable. For example, if there's people in your life that are taking advantage of you, and being compassionate towards yourself and setting boundaries with certain people. And maybe it's uncomfortable for you to do that because you like have this more poetic, beautiful soul here, and you like to make people happy and feel better, but you're starting to make yourself a priority and realize like you're feeling a certain way about something that you need to do, or that could be coming up, that you need to, that might have a little bit more of a harsher vibe, that you have to, it might not be comfortable, even if it just means like putting your work out there or speaking up in a situation that you see like unfolding before you that you know isn't right. And it's almost like you could be afraid of what's about to happen or like what the consequences will be, but I think like Spirit's saying if you really feel called to do something, do it and trust your instincts. Let's get one of these as well, and then I'm going to get tarot to see like what's going to happen next for you guys. But this is just more advice, more reading from the book, so I'm sorry if that's like annoying you. But whenever I do these healing messages, I feel like a lot of times the healing messages from the books are just so like beautiful, and I like to read them. But okay, what message does Aries need right now? Okay, Carnelian. Again, more of like a fiery, action-oriented crystal here. So that's a number 7. Let's just see. Oh, okay, I just like opened to the page. Creativity. Carnelian protects us against glamours or spells, envy, and the evil eye, bringing good fortune to the wearer. It prevents blood from rushing to the head to cause precipitate action. Precipitate action. All right, so I don't know what that means, but self-understanding. You have the ability to remain calm during disputes and the self-control not to follow the crowd. Courage in the face of danger comes from inner strength, not foolhardiness. Your family means a lot to you. Your sexual drive is strong. Lust or aggression has been a problem in a past life. Directed towards creativity and raising Kundalini. So maybe there's some sort of anger issue, some sort of fighting. I see the family is being mentioned. Maybe it's something like that where you have to create certain boundaries. Divination. Be eloquent, creative, and bold. Do not back down. Trust your intuitive perceptions. Distinction in your career lies ahead. Be a mentor. Alleviate stress. Take time to play. You are a tower of strength during sorrow. Stay anchored in the present. Let go of emotional ties or outdated projects holding you back. Yeah, like that setting boundaries thing. Beware a charismatic person. Sufficient vitamins and minerals support your metabolism. Okay, good to know. All right. This is saying, I'm just like reading these little things. Expressing soul vitality is your soul path. Yeah, there's something about expressing, not being afraid to be seen, and just basically, waiting for situations that you feel called to act and not being afraid to like follow that call anymore. Or not even just like, oh, you're walking down the street, but like we were talking and like you see something happening and you're like, hey, like, you know, it's just not that deep. It could just be like in your everyday life with your family and friends, and like setting boundaries for yourself and not allowing people to treat you certain ways and recognizing like your own divinity here. So, oh, where's my tarot deck? Right here. I just want to see basically what's going to happen next for you guys, to get a sense of what you can expect. So what's next on the horizon for Aries? What's coming up next that they need to know about in relation to this message? Why are these? Oh God. This deck might be too big for me to do this. Oh, I have short fingers. Okay. What is coming up next? What situations are coming up? Experiences, energies, and emotions are coming up next for Aries. Page of Cups. Experiences, energies, and emotions. The 5 of Pentacles. The King of Wands. The Knight. Excuse me, of Pentacles with the Magician. Oh, that's too many. Just want one. What is coming up next for Aries. With the Four of Swords in reverse. Very interesting. Okay. Where do I want to put this? Okay, and I just want to grab this bag real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. I just saw it. Now where is it? Okay, so what's going on here? I'm also going to get tea leaves. I just had them in here. We have the Page of Cups with Ant, work, achievement, and success. The Five of Pentacles with Crown, honor and respect will come to you. The King of Wands with Goldfish, increase immaterial wealth. The Knight of Pentacles with Funnel, frustration and lessons to be learned. Magician with the Broom, new home, new attitude. Four of Swords in reverse with Club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. Okay, so I'm getting a sense that, like, you're the type of person that keeps your head down. You don't like to get involved in people's business, so that's why maybe this message of like stepping up and like being louder and allowing yourself to like fill up space in a room and be seen and be heard and things like that isn't really something that comes easily to you. It's almost like the sense of like, who am I to expect people to listen to me or to like think that my voice is worth hearing or something like that. It could be it could almost be like your soul comes in and is like, hey, like, why don't you, I don't know, like if you're a poet and you're a writer, like start trying to like put your work out there. That's just like an easy example to use. But then this other voice in your head is like, nobody wants to hear that. That's crazy. Like, you know, something like that. But with this Page of Cups coming out under this poet energy, it's this beautiful energy of like, and it's like a Piscean energy. That's like a poet energy to me as well. Like a dreamy, like you're working on your dreams. We have the Ant, work, achievement, and success. Like you being inspired. I feel like that's what's coming up next, is that you're going to be inspired, and maybe you're going to put yourself out there somehow, or you're going to be inspired to act in a compassionate way with like the Page of Cups or something like that. And honor and respect will come to you. Maybe you'll like help somebody out. It's like a sense like that where, I feel that it may not bring monetary success or something like that, but like honor and respect will come to you. You'll get some sort of acclaim. I feel like it will be a success in and of itself. So I feel like if you do put yourself out there, if you do feel inspired coming up sometime around maybe the 7th, because this is a number 7 as well. So maybe like the 7th of this month coming up, I feel like, oh my God, sorry. I feel like if you're inspired, act on it, because I feel like this is going to like help you. I feel like this is on a larger scale, talking about your journey as a whole, not just like, oh, in the next week, this is what's going to happen. I feel like this, okay, because we have work, achievement, success, honor and respect will come to you, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. I almost feel like you're going to have to be in this Ant energy, this putting in the hard work, a Page. It's almost like a, whatchamacallit, like a student starting out, like a novice, like something. But then we're going to the King of Wands here, so that's like quite a leap. I feel like you could almost like have some instant success in a way, and then like it might taper off, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. I feel like a lot of times Spirit does do that to you. It gives you success, and then it kind of gives you like a fall on your butt in order to be like, okay, like let's get off our high horse here, like, you know, like let's humble ourselves. The Five of Pentacles, I feel you will be genuinely surprised. I'm getting a sense of maybe you feeling, again, unworthy, maybe feeling like maybe you've always been like the underdog or poor, or there's something that has made you feel like lesser, even just being like unpopular in school or the black sheep of your family. Like there's something that like makes you feel less than the crowd. So I feel like this honor and respect and this crown is really going to surprise you and make you feel so good. It's going to like balloon your self-confidence in a way. But I'm getting with the the King of Wands going to the Knight of Pentacles and this period of frustration and lessons to be learned, that it's not going to be like a false confidence, but it's almost going to be like too much. You're going to go from like 0 to 100, and then it's like we're going to like come back down to earth with the Knight of Pentacles here, and maybe have some bumps along the way, or maybe like, for instance, okay, I'll just use YouTube as an example because that's what I do, like somebody like saying something mean to you, like in your comments or something, like, okay, this is the stupidest thing I've ever read, or this is a terrible video, like what did I just watch, or like, you know, just like something really mean where it's like, okay, like thanks so much for that, but it's like where it might discourage you and make you feel like just how like the praise and like the acclaim like made you ballooned your self-confidence. It might like, you know, psh, it's like someone popping the balloon and all the air getting out of your balloon. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you coming back down to earth like a balloon, and then it goes to the ground. I'm getting a sense like that, and you needing to sort of push through that and realize that, yes, while it's nice to have acclaim from other people, it's not really what keeps you going. It is the call of your soul at the end of the day that's going to keep you going, even if nobody reads your stuff, even if everybody hates it. If you feel that it's what you're supposed to do, it's like you have to just keep moving forward with this. Just say yes. And it is, like I was saying, there is this sense of being uncomfortable and pushing through uncomfortable situations here. So I do feel like that is what's going to happen. And then we have this broom energy, new home, new attitude with the Magician. So it might be a thing where you start off strong, you're doing things every day, and then it sort of tapers off and you learn your lessons that way, where it's like your productivity sort of takes a hit, where it's like maybe you're like on fire, you're like writing, maybe we'll just use the writing thing, yeah. You're like putting out like work like every day, and then all of a sudden it's like you don't for 2 months, and you realize that like people stop following you, and then, or when you do eventually post, it's like they're not engaging with you anymore, and it's like you have to learn. With new home, new attitude in the broom, and the Magician, I'm thinking about, because that's Virgo energy, well, it's Mercury energy. We have a lot of Mercury energy here because this is Mercury right here as well with the Five of Pentacles, Mercury and Taurus. That which rules Virgo, so it's making me think of like your little daily habits and like coming up with some sort of form of consistency, something like that. I think consistency could be a problem for you here. With the carnelian, that could be a good stone to help you stay energized and stay productive and stay motivated. But also I feel like something about your environment could hinder your potential for productivity here. If you're like living in like a messy environment, like you could not really feel in like a chill creative space here. So it's like things like that, like look at your habits, look at your like hygiene, look at your eating habits, because wasn't this talking about vitamins and minerals, something to keep you like replenished? I forget what it was saying. Where's that book? I kind of want to like take a look. I was right here. Sufficient vitamins and minerals support your metabolism for optimal well-being. And also I feel like there could be a sense of you start off doing one thing like writing, and then it like leads to you like making videos, and then that leads to you public speaking at conventions, like, you know, just for examples. And it could be like something where your original idea that got you so excited and juiced up isn't even like what you end up doing, and you could have a hard time like letting go of things like that, and just be open to the whole creative process and see where it takes you. And if it's not something creative, this could just be speaking about your own journey with personal growth, trying new things, like getting out there, meeting people, having your voice be heard in the crowd. And it could be almost like where people at first are like, wow, like I love that you said that, like you're so smart, wow, you're so wise. But then it might be that you come up against some sort of frustration, some sort of person that makes you feel bad about who you are, and kind of, you know, again, like kind of pops your balloon and puts you back down to earth, and you realize like, okay, like I have to like get right with myself here and just cultivate these feelings of, you know, being strong and being secure in myself, like no matter what other people are saying, like on the outside. But look, club, someone will try to make you do something against your will. I'm getting a sense of you being like maybe attacked. Again, if this is a public forum, it could be like online or something like that. But if it's just like, it could also just be people in your life like kind of attacking you. So that's kind of like a vibe that I'm getting here. So let's get some advice for you. What would your spirit guides want to what advice would they most want to give you right now, Aries? Oh. Trust that spirit will pave the way forward once you're truly following your joy. I love that. Yes. And forgive yourself and remember that you're allowed to learn your lessons in the exact way you need to learn them. I feel like there might be some rough lessons up ahead, but they will serve you in the end. And I feel like there could be a lot of you like trying to beat yourself up and feeling bad about yourself. But yeah, this is message of forgiveness here and like learning to love yourself. Embrace uncertainty. That could be this whole stepping out of your comfort zone thing. Maybe you're somebody that's always had like a 9 to 5 and trying to go down this creative path is something that makes you like a little bit uncomfortable. Focus less on how others feel about you and focus on how you feel about yourself. Yeah, even though the acclaim from other people and the praise and the follows and all that is nice, it's more about like you feeling like you're doing what's right for you. Yeah, happiness is a valid goal. Be more like internally motivated than externally motivated, I would say, is a message here. What other advice? Oh, that's way too many. Okay. What advice? Oh, all right. What advice? Okay. Aries, what is going on here? Oh, can I just get one or two? No, just one because I only have one spot left. What advice does Aries most need right now? Okay. You feel what you feel right now, and later you'll feel something else that's all temporary. I feel like there is going to be some rough stuff coming up. So just remember that your feelings are meant to come in to help you like cycle through them. And sometimes you go through like a rough time. Oh my God, replace why is this happening with what is this trying to tell me or teach me? A lot of times you go through rough stuff in order to help other people that go through rough stuff. Even if it's not at the moment, like it's later on, you'll see it like years later sometimes, where your own experiences serve others and you're able to like, and you realize it was all for nothing. Or, I'm sorry, you realize it wasn't all for nothing. That's what I meant. And that, like, oh my God, like, I remember when I went through that, I know exactly what you're feeling and how to, like, deal with it. And you can help the process for somebody else. I feel like you're really meant to do something like that in the world. Again, even if it's just through, like, talking to people that you know and people that you meet along the way. So what other advice for Aries? Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. I feel like, yeah, your guides are really like around you right now, or ancestors especially here, as that's saying that. Maybe even you have some like animals that are like very like almost like your guides in a way. Hold on, what else, guys? The wild rose, do it your way, embrace your uniqueness and untamed. It's funny because I feel like almost like, remember how I was saying maybe you're like the black sheep of your family, or you were like made fun of and like kind of like an outcast in school, or you didn't have money or something, like where you were maybe like a little weird or on the outskirts of things, is like what actually makes you so great, at least in your ancestors and your spirit guides' eyes. Like it's just, that's like that beautiful heart, that wild spirit here. Is maybe because I was getting like maybe you have some problems with like responsibility or your habits or something like that, but it's like you're like a dreamer, you're like a poet, like not that not working on your habits, that's a good idea to like kind of always stay grounded here, but that wildness, that uniqueness is what makes you you, and that's like a beautiful thing in this world. Release the petals, transformation, death and rebirth, shedding and all change, and the breathing grows, heart healing, emotions, connection, time eases. Yeah, I feel like there is going to be a lot of stuff that you go through, but that's really going to serve your journey and help you to have a deeper level of understanding that not everybody has. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Yeah, I do. Oh, boundaries. I was just going to say that, but protection, boundaries, clear communication. I think that's something that's going to be a big part of this work. So I feel like this is on a grander scale. This is stuff that's going to happen over time. So whatever you feel drawn to do, guys, like follow that path, and the road might not be like super easy. It might be a little bumpy, but you will get there in the end and come out a stronger and more empathetic and compassionate person, and you will just be able to like help so many people. I really feel that strongly. So I hope you guys have a great day or night, and I just want to say that I'm like so grateful and proud that people like this like watch my channel, because it just is such a beautiful energy to like have like coming through. So thank you guys so much, and I will catch you in the next reading hopefully. Okay, bye.